Hey guys, it's Lauren. Today I'm going to be doing my Q&A video. You guys asked me so many questions. I'm pretty sure I got over 1,000, so I'm going to do my best to answer all the most important ones and relevant ones and ones that I want to answer. So let's get into it. So pure_equestrian01 asked, what is the highest you've jumped with Ralph and how high do you want to jump him? The highest I've jumped Ralph is about 3.6. Of course, I don't measure my jumps. Basically whatever his max potential gets us to. If that's like 1.60 m, cool. If that's only a meter, that's cool too. So yeah, just whatever he can do is what I want to do. Okay, so Maddie_Hatterman_ asked, how did you know Ralph was the right horse for you? That's a good question. I think I knew he was the right horse for me because I had tried so many before him and just none were working out. And with Ralph, I thought he was pretty much the right size for me. He was a little rough looking and my parents were both like, I don't know, he's okay, but I don't know, they weren't 100% on it. But I really felt that he was a good attainable challenge for me. He was something that I could definitely see myself being able to handle and work through all his issues and to progress with him. He had little issues that I thought I could handle. So yeah, overall I just thought we would make a good match. Our first ride wasn't the best, but I like a challenge and I liked his personality, and so yeah, I went with it and it turned out to be a really good decision. Jess_Mawson asks, what are your favorite horse colors and breeds? I really love any warm bloods. I like draft crosses. Literally all horses I love. For me though, I really like a nice warm blood or warm blood cross. And then coloring wise, I'm fine with any color of horse as long as it's not pure a gray horse, because I would not have the patience to groom the entire thing and make it sparkly and clean. So probably stick to the bays, the darker colors, chestnuts. Okay, Sammy.Jolson asks, favorite thing about Ralph, least favorite thing about Ralph, his strengths, his weaknesses, what discipline do you do with him now? How many hands is he? How high have you jumped him in shows and lessons? And his age. So that covers a lot, so I guess I'll go over that. My favorite thing about Ralph, I've said this a couple of times before, I love his personality. He's a fast learner. He's usually really willing to do things, and if he isn't, then it's usually there's a reason behind it. I don't know, he's just really cooperative and he's basically a big dog. He makes me laugh, which is one of the best things about him, I think. My least favorite thing, probably that he's prone to self-injury. He literally acts like a complete dork in the field and rips around with his friends, and I'm like, don't hurt yourself, you're dumb, just chill out. And he just has too much fun playing in the field with his friends, so I guess I'd make him a little more careful, I guess. His strengths and weaknesses, probably jumping is one of his strengths. His weaknesses are definitely his lateral work and more so his lead changes and getting him to work evenly from both sides, which I've been working on a lot with him. So it is a weakness right now. I'm hoping to turn it into a strength of his. What discipline do I do with him now? Right now I'm doing a little bit of everything. Hunter, jumper, and dressage, a little bit of everything, I guess. He has 15.3 hands. I really want to measure him. I was going to measure him the last time I was out at the barn, but I didn't get a chance. So when I actually do measure him, I'll update you guys on how tall he is. And his age, he is currently 6 years old. I don't know his birthday, which I'm not happy about. I wish I knew his birthday, but yeah, he's 6. Dat_Rony_Pony asks, what's the biggest riding pet peeve? I don't really have too many riding pet peeves. Basically just care for your horse, don't neglect it or just be lazy. If people don't pass left to left or give me enough space on the rail, that aggravates me. Or I don't know, just when I see people being really like rude to their horses for no reason, like you don't need to whip the crap out of your horse, or I don't know. Just be nice to your horse and care for them. That's what I like to see. Jumping_jet asks, how do you push through rough patches in your riding? I have rough rides all the time and I have really good rides all the time. And so with that like mix of rides, every like time I have a rough ride, whatever it is that I'm struggling with, I just try to end on a good note. If like my problem that day was him rushing fences, if he could just canter over that one pole at a slow pace and not change his pace, then I'd be happy with that. So I just try to focus on ending on a good note, and also just looking back on my good rides and focusing more on that and then trying to get back to that place. Laney_Bug 18 asks, what's your main goal to achieve with Ralph this year? Probably my main goal is to do a couple Trillium jumpers, either the training or the 1 meter. I'll probably try one of the training. But yeah, I really want him to be a jumper, and so I don't know, I'm just gonna work towards at least one jumper show this summer. Ariel Destentiago. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. Okay, you probably know who you are. Do you have any household pets? And if you don't, say which pets you wish you had. I have a Weimaraner. Her name is Gracie, and she's adorable, and she's 9. And I love her to bits. And pets I wish I had always had a chinchilla, or just like a household of a billion dogs. Oh yeah, or any like exotic pets. I always wanted like a little monkey or something cool like that. So that's what I wish I had. Laura X Blue asks, what brand is your bridle? I have 2. I have the Monodega padded monocrown raised fancy stitch something snaffle bridle, I think. And then that's from Greenhawk. And then I have the Micklem competition bridle. Yeah, I use the Micklem all the time right now. The only time I would ever use my Monodega is if I am going to a hunter show. So yeah, I may sell it because it's not really getting much use right now, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more hunter shows. So yeah. Emily Smitten asked, do you think you will ever get another horse as well as Ralph? At this point in my life, I definitely can't handle more than one horse with riding in school and my job and everything, because I really like to like focus all my effort on a plan and like making like a workout routine and a plan for him, and so I really like focusing all my energy on him. Probably I'll have 2 horses in my life. I don't know, at the same time, maybe maximum 2 horses at the same time. I definitely couldn't handle anything more than that. But I don't know, maybe I'll have another one at the same time as Ralph. Who knows, I might sell him and get another one later on down the road. JSLN.GRWL asks, if you had to put one marking on Ralph, what would it be? I would love if he had like a full white stocking, or yeah, if he had stockings, that would be so cute. But other than that, like, he already has his little star like striped snip thing, and he has a white sock, so I mean, I like his markings right now. I wouldn't really wish he had any. Mal_question 275 asks, if you could change Ralph's name, what would you change it to? I would not change Ralph's name because I already changed his name from Roscoe to Ralph. So yeah, I wouldn't change his name. I love his name. I think it suits his personality perfectly. Carolina_Levelja. I don't know, if people want to say I'm a bad rider or critique me and say I have a bad horse and stuff, like, I don't really care. I'm obviously not perfect and Ralph's not perfect. We're both working to get to the best of our abilities. And so I don't know why people put down others for trying. So I think it's stupid and I just ignore it and don't let it bother me because, I don't know, life's too short to worry about what other people think about you. Surf and Sid asks, do you want to ride in college or professionally? I would love to ride during university and professionally. I would love to get to the international level. That would be absolutely insane. But also, I do plan on riding while I'm in university. I don't think I could just stop. I rode while I was in high school and I am going into grade 12, so I don't know. I think I could do it. Anna_Mixis asks, do you think you will ever compete dressage? I was actually looking at dressage show schedule for the summer, and there's a couple at the end of August that are just training level dressage tests, which are walk, trot, canter, not too much collection or extension, and 20-meter circle at one end, 20-meter circle at the other, and so it's really, really simple. And I think it would be cool just to get out there and try it because I am working on dressage a lot more. I don't know per se if I'll actually do competitions and that's what I will get into. I'm not sure. All I know right now is that I absolutely love it. I don't know if that's going to be a future that I will have in dressage and that I'm going to be competing in dressage shows and stuff. I think it would be cool to try one. Just to see if it's something I'd like to continue on doing. I'll always do dressage lessons and I'll always work on dressage from this point on, but I just don't know if I'll be competing in it regularly. Kia Ranes asks, how do you think owning a horse was when you first bought Ralph versus now? When I was little, I was owning a pony is going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to go out to the barn every day and ride and have a saddle club experience. Honestly, owning a horse, I don't know, it wasn't too much different than just going to the barn for lessons. The whole process of you actually going to try horses was kind of just going to have lessons but at different barns. And then once I trailered him to my barn, it was kind of real and I was whoa, that horse right there, he's mine, whoa. And then now it's kind of it's just such a regular thing for me to do. It's so natural just to go to the barn and for me to say that I have my own horse and just to go out and take only him from the field, not a school horse or any other horse. Isabel.Arroyo49 asked, did you ever think about quitting riding? It has never once crossed my mind. Kadios asks, what is your favorite part of being an equestrian YouTuber and an equestrian? Equestrian YouTube, it's kind of a small community. I don't know, I really like it and I love watching other people's videos, and that's part of the reason why I started putting videos up, because I was I love YouTube and I love the idea of film and media and editing, and so I was I'm gonna try it, and I don't know, I just still love it. Yeah, and I love interacting with all you guys and putting up videos, and plus it's a really good way of documenting my life with Ralph and our progress and stuff, which otherwise I would just have files on my computer sitting there, but this way I can actually showcase it in a nice way. Saddle_cat asks, what's your worst riding injury? And when Ralph fell on me and I hurt my knee. Knock on wood, I haven't had too many bad falls. What is your favorite equestrian quote and what is your favorite Canadian brand of equestrian stuff? Asks forever.equestrian. Favorite equestrian quote, one that I've always really liked is, the best thing for the inside of a human is the outside of a horse. I think it's cute. My favorite, I don't know, I really love all Canadian stuff. I just love supporting Canadian companies, so Asmar, FOAL, Ogilvy. Not that I've bought anything from them yet, but I think it's cool. Eco Gold. Yeah, I have to do research more on what other ones are Canadian, but so far those are the 4 or however many I just said, they're main ones that I really do like. That same girl asks, who got you started into riding and why did you start it? I'm pretty sure my mom just signed me up for horse camp and I just started or just kept going in it. And yeah, so camp, and then I went into lessons, and that's pretty much how I got started. Sis Sally Switzer asked, what tall boots do you have? I have the Area Challenge Contour Zip Field Boots. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a review on them soon, so let me know if you want to see that. Ello is Farnsworth asks, how high do you compete at, and are you planning on staying in hunters or moving to jumpers? I am going to be doing the Heels Down Challenge for July, which talks about your like riding goals and stuff, so I'm going to save the majority of that for that video. But right now I'm competing, or did compete, in a hunter hack, which, if any of you don't know what that is, it's like 3 flat classes, a pleasure hack, a road hack, and a show hack. And so the show hack is like you go around, it's like walk, trot, canter, collective, extended, but it's not, they're trying to be dressage-like, but not. Yeah, show hack, you just have to keep them in like a perfect frame. Pleasure hack is as long as it frames as you can and just make it look like it's, your horse is just collected and can just do whatever without reins. And then, I forget what the road hack is. I think that's the one that focuses on collection and extension. But I did that, and I didn't place, but it was just good to get them out and try some stuff. And then I have a couple like 2.6, 2.9 hunter children's classes planned for the summer. I don't know if I'm actually going to do those, but we'll see. McKenna_722 asks, what made you want to get a horse? I don't know, I love horseback riding. It's the one thing in life that I focus on, like literally all my time on. If I'm not doing anything else, I'm focusing on riding and training methods and looking online for different things and like products, and my whole entire life literally revolves around horses right now, and my whole bank account revolves around horses right now. So I don't know, I just absolutely love horseback riding so much. It's a sport where it's different than anything else because it's literally you communicating with an animal, and then like it's not just your skills and how well you can throw a football or how fast you can run. It's how well each individual partnership works against each other. Like, I don't know, there's just so many different horses and so many different people. Oh, it's just so cool. Like, I love the whole aspect of it. Same girl asked, do I have plans to work with horses in the future? I would love to work with horses in the future. I wanted to be a vet for a while, but I don't want to anymore. I don't know, I just would love to always be around horses, and if I can make money doing that, then why not? V.H.H asks, what do you want to do when you grow up? I have absolutely no clue. Still trying to figure that out. Ninal_horseback asks, why did you pick such a young horse? Honestly, age doesn't matter too much. Like 15-year-old horses plus can act like they're 3. Vice versa, some young horses can act super mature and be bomb-proof and be really relaxed. So in that sense, I don't really, like, it didn't really matter too much. The reason why I specifically want to get a younger horse was because people train horses differently. Everyone has their own different way of doing things, and I just really didn't want anyone to put any habits on him. A lot of people ask for things differently, and so I just wanted to make sure that he had minimal training so I could basically put the majority of the basics onto him myself and teach him the way I wanted him to be taught. So I was adamant about that. Another reason why I wanted a young horse is because I knew that me being a first-time horse owner and first-time horse, like, training up my own horse, I knew that it would take a long time for me to get to where I'd like to be, and a long time to get everything perfected, I guess. And so if I had gotten like a 12, 13-year-old, by the time I got to the point of where I wanted the horse to be, it may be like closer to retirement, or like can't jump as high anymore, or maybe it would have taken a really short time because the previous owner had already put so much work onto the horse, and then it wouldn't have been as beneficial for me. So that is why I got a younger horse. Chloe Krause asks, out of all of the tack you own, what is your favorite? I love my bridle and I love my saddle. And yeah. Probably that. Moon Shoe asks, did Ralph like water when you first got him, or did you have to get him to like it? I kind of just walked him right in, and he was like, oh, okay, this is fun, and then he'd like splash around. So I don't know if he'd been in water previously to me owning him, but he seemed to really, really enjoy it, so he did like it. I didn't have to convince him. Yeah, Chloe Krause again asks, what is Ralph's show name? It is Black Label. If any of you wondering why I picked Black Label, it's because it's one of Ralph Lauren's like clothing lines. Like it's one of his like collections. So Ralph Lauren collection. I don't know. I thought it was clever. Maisie_Miller asks, if I had to pick another horse from my barn to own instead of Ralph, what would I pick? I think I would own my coach's horse. I love him. His name is Fitz, and he's super cool, so probably him. Aurora.Saurus asks, if you could go anywhere in the world with your horse to ride, where would you go? Europe or Europe? I think European riders are awesome. All the barns out there look so gorgeous, or maybe some like really classy, like upscale place in the States to learn and perfect my riding and stuff. Yeah, basically I'd go anywhere to have like awesome coaching and training available for me. Equestrian_Cats again asks, do you plan on having a meet and greet? I don't know, I haven't planned on anything quite yet. I don't know. I feel like I'm not at the point right now where I'd be comfortable to meet like a group of you guys. I don't know what I would do with myself. But maybe sometime down the road. I think that'd be pretty cool. B_Alexismoda asks, what were your original goals with Ralph when you first got him, and how much have they changed? Where are they now? And did you ever get flustered with his progress? When I first got him, I wanted to do jumpers. That was my goal. It did change because I'm currently planning out hunter shows. The plan changed a little bit. I still want to do jumpers, but hunters is kind of a step to get there. And then flustered with progress, yes. Of course, if he pulls a little baby move or like works really great the one day and not so great the next, of course it frustrates me because I'm like, why can't you just keep adding progress to yourself? But what can you do? I mean, I just try to stay as calm as possible and not get too frustrated. Sarah_Wagner44 asks, how green was Ralph when you first got him, and what was his training needs? He was pretty green. Like obviously he could walk around, walk, trot, canter, and jump, but that was it. He could not walk a straight line without weaving. He had one pace, which was very fast. There was absolutely no muscle for him to possibly even try to collect or extend. Anytime I try to ask him to like collect himself and get on his hind and like slow down a little bit, he would just break to a messy trot. It was really bad when I first got him. His training needs were basically everything, and a revamp of all his like basic ground work and manner establishing and flat work stuff. That was all the things that he really needed. Leather Saddles asks, how much does your board and lessons cost? I'm obviously not going to say the exact amount, but with board and lessons together, it's about, I pay almost $700. Morgan Strum asks, how long have I had Ralph? Going on 2 years now. I got him April 12th, 2014. Halls Jones X asks, does Ralph have a stable? I never see it in your videos. He is boarded 24/7 outdoors, so yeah, you'll never see him in a stall. Although I should probably start putting him in a stall like some nights, because he literally hates them with a passion right now. So whenever I put him in there, he gets super anxious and like kicks at the stall door, which isn't good if I ever actually have to stall him for injury purposes or like overnight at a show. So yeah, I'll probably figure out some type of plan to get him more used to it, but as of right now, I'm more than happy to keep him outside 24/7. X Molly Jean asks, will I be doing a giveaway, and do I have a boyfriend? No, I'm a single Pringle because horses. And yeah, will I be doing a giveaway? I'm going to be doing a giveaway, I think, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, because I promised you guys a 20,000 subscriber giveaway on my last channel, and obviously that didn't happen, so I feel really guilty about promising that and then not doing anything about it. So I'm going to do something when I hit 10,000 subscribers. Plus I'm giving away the pair of breeches that I'm going to be announcing tomorrow, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Dizzy Jix asks, when's your next show going to be? It is going to be probably end of August. I don't feel ready for anything, and to be honest, I'd rather spend my money on lessons and improving my skills than on shows where I'm just going to struggle and I know I'm not going to place. And then, like, if I'm not at the level that the people I'm competing against are at, then there's really no way of me seeing where my skills are at, or I don't know, like, I'd like to be at my peak before I compete against other people, because then I know like where I stand. Alexia Rosalind, would you ever move barns? If so, why would you? I really like where I'm at right now. I think it has everything that I need, and I love the atmosphere. The only reason why I'd move barns is if it gave me like a better opportunity, or there was like better coaching, or if like I was asked to fly across the country to go to like Europe and like be part of a cool program, or I don't know, just like unless like an opportunity came up that was better than what I have now, I probably wouldn't move. Laura_M0319 asks, in your dressage video, in your jumping normal saddle, why didn't you extend your stirrups to dressage length? The first couple lessons I had with my dressage coach, I did lower my stirrups to dressage length. But because I don't know if I'm actually going to be doing dressage shows and competing and stuff like that, I just lower them a couple holes from my jumping stirrup length, just because my legs are going to be up there the whole time anyways, so I might as well practice all the aids with my legs up higher rather than lower, because if I'm never going to be competing in dressage, I'm never going to need my stirrups to be that long. That is why I kept my stirrups short. Maddie Rue _ asks, what makes you a stronger rider? I think what makes me a stronger rider is just knowing that there's so much more I can do and be. And so with that being said, like, there's so much room for improvement and so much like more training and like things I can learn. And so I just really want to strive to be my best. And so I think that with that thought in the back of my mind, that makes me a stronger rider. So Kayla _horses asked, do you pay for everything for Ralph, like vet, board, feed, saddle, etc.? I pay for his board, feed, lessons, vet, everything myself. My deal with my dad was that he would buy the horse and a saddle, and once he covered those costs, I was on my own. He does help me out with boards sometimes if I like am struggling to pay for it, but other than that, I pay for everything myself. _grace.xo asks, what bit do you use on Ralph? I use a French link egg butt snaffle. She also asks, is Ralph barefoot or does he have shoes? He is barefoot. Elizabeth.ella.mia asks, if Ralph was a mare, would you still have bought him? No, because at the time there was no mare spots available at our barn, so I obviously wouldn't have got a mare. Claudia.w1 asks, how did you manage to begin your journey of getting a horse? I basically just talked it over with my dad and was like, since I want to ride more than once a week, and co-boarding and leasing at like a barn that has horses and coaches that can help me progress was more money than it would be to buy a horse and then board. So it worked out that buying and owning my own horse was cheaper, so that was the way I went. Julia Shaw 3 asks, how did I handle changing the barn I've been at for my whole life? That barn I was at for like 4 or 5 years, probably before the one I was at now, or like a couple before, and I was there for so long and did lessons and like worked there and knew everyone, And it wasn't that hard to leave. Like, I mean, obviously I missed my coach at the beginning because I don't know, I really liked her. But it was just, I needed something more in my life. I needed more experience. I needed more challenges. And so ultimately I just said it's the right thing to do. So I left. Olive_Martis, I believe, asked what type of hay and feed I feed Ralph. I feed him Integrity by Purina Feeds, and then I put some like oils and like supplements on top of that for muscle building, and then he just gets hay 24/7, whatever our barn provides. Boots of a Champion asks, what's your favorite jump to clear? Oxers. I don't know, they're fun. Yeah, Elizabeth Elamia again asked, what was your reaction when your parents finally said yes to letting you get a horse? It was basically just a conversation that went like, okay, it's the cheapest option for us, so we'll go look around and see if there's anything that would work for us. If not, we'll try to figure something else out. It wasn't like a definite yes, but there's the possibility that I could look, and so I kind of just kept it on the DL because like it wasn't 100%, and then so once I did get him, I was just super excited. But yeah, the initial thought was, this is exciting that it's like a possibility. What is your favorite discipline and why? Asked Ali_Equestrian. I don't know, I really like eventing because it's all-rounded, like dressage, cross-country, and show jumping. I think it's cool to start out with that and then kind of see what your horse excels in the most and then focus on that one thing. So I really like that. It's kind of like a triathlon for just horseback riding. Caleb Young 15 asked, would I ever do Western riding lessons? Maybe like barrel racing like once or twice, but I'm really not interested in doing full like regular Western lessons right now. Melly Rizaga asked, so what do you feel after your first fall? Were you afraid to ride again? Falling for me has always been like kind of a dream. It just happens really slow motion, and when I hit the ground it doesn't usually hurt. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've always just gotten back on, unless I was injured when Ralph fell on my knee. So every time I've gotten back on and I haven't been scared. Are you going to the Royal Winter Fair this year? Asked Amber XO X. Yeah, I will be. I love the Royal, so I'll definitely be there. Danny_Stellwagon asks, have you ever thought about trying eventing? Yes, I have. It's super expensive in Ontario, and the shows, like the events, are kind of like far, and yeah, it's just super expensive, so probably not right now. Dion Mellows asked, do you find it hard to take / make plans and holidays now that I have a horse to consider? Yeah, I think it is harder. Booking time off work sucks because my work kind of like doesn't give you many shifts if you book off time. I don't know, they're stupid. And then obviously going on like week-long vacations and stuff, I have to find people to ride Ralph, and I don't know, I'm kind of like weird with who can ride him just because I'm really adamant right now about like putting tons of work on him and not like messing anything up. So not that people would, it's just everyone has different riding techniques. So yeah, I do find it really hard to make plans and stuff when I have a horse. Equine Perfection asks, what type of riding boots do you wear? And also, do you prefer paddock and half chaps or full boots? I do prefer paddock and chaps, although I don't have chaps right now because I threw them out because they were falling apart, and I thought maybe if I throw them out it'll force me to get new ones, but I haven't got new ones yet, so I've just been wearing my like tall boots, which I really should keep nice for showing, but I mean, whatever. Regan X asks, how often do I ride bareback? What is the most expensive piece of tack I have? And yeah, how often do I ride bareback? Not that much. I did a lot last summer, but I haven't really had a ton of time to just like spend all day at the barn lately, because work's been really crazy. So yeah, I kind of have just not been doing that much. And then expensive piece of tack, it'll have to be his blanket, because I'm pretty sure I blew like at least $400 on that, because I was like, he needs a really good blanket for winter and I didn't want him to freeze because I was clipping him and stuff, so I splurged on that. And yes, that's probably the most expensive thing I've bought myself. Okay, Rachel_T-Bread asks, how much was Ralph? Do you wish you looked around more instead of buying him, or are you happy with your decision? He was under $5K, so like not much at all. Also because he was young and didn't have much experience on him. Do I wish I looked around more? Honestly, I could have looked around for like months and months and months more, but it was at a time in my life where I thought that he was good for me and everything just worked out. There was a spot at our barn for a gelding that was being reserved for me, and I had been looking for like 7 months, and I was like, you know what, I've exhausted all my opportunities as of right now. Of course, you can literally look forever for a horse, but I thought my search was coming to an end, so I decided to buy Ralph. And yes, I'm happy with my decision. Emily_Johnston24 asks, who takes you to the barn? Do you and Maya still carpool? No, we don't. We never really did. And yeah, I usually just drop myself there or my parents drop me off. Dat Trot though says, how old am I? I'm 17 right now. Abcentrix in the way asks, what makes up a perfect dream barn for you? Nice people, a facility where there's enough space where you won't be crowded or running into people all the time. Just like a nice atmosphere. I kind of like the smaller barns where there's not people around all the time and the hustle bustle and like people riding with you all the time. Like I really love time riding by myself, and so I don't know, just like a quiet barn. I hate barn drama, so I don't like that. But yeah, just a good facility with everything I need and nice people would be great. Christina Mitchell asks, have I ever ridden Luna besides the Riding Days video? Yeah, I have. Maya went away to, I think, Florida last year, so I got to ride Luna a couple times for her to exercise her. Equichar asks, what are your favorite types of schooling exercises? I love grids, pole work, transitions. Okay, I'm gonna answer some from the YouTube. Okay, Charlotte Radcliffe asked, how long have I been riding? I've been riding since I was like 8, I believe, so yeah, do the calculations, I'm 17. Equine AMZ185 asks, what are your biggest tips for working with green horses? Patience, definitely patience. You're not going to get anywhere if you try to push them faster than what they can handle. They have baby brains, and sometimes you can overstimulate that and work them, like overwork them. So my biggest thing is just like patience. Take your time with them. Don't get a green horse if you don't have the time you need to spend with them to work on everything. If you think you'll get a green horse and just fly into the meter 30s and just go from there, like you really need to put a lot of work into them to get them to that point. So patience is a big one. Rochelle Spranger asks, opinion on horse insurance, is it worth it? I think so. Obviously horses are very unpredictable. You never know if they're going to hurt themselves, somebody else, you, if they're just going to up and die the next day, if someone's going to break into your barn and steal your expensive tack and stuff. And so I have horse insurance through OEF, and I think it's like $100 for the year or something like that, and it covers me for emergency colic care and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know, it's peace of mind. Why wouldn't you get it? It's $100 for the year. So I think it's worth it. Demi Lauren Rudd asks, how much time a day do you spend riding Ralph? When I go out, the whole process is usually about 3 hours. Izzy_Henderson asks, what camera do you use for riding videos? I have the Canon 70D. Mayan_Growth asks, how long did it take for you to tack up Ralph before riding? I usually get him out of the field and then groom, and the whole grooming tacking up process before I actually get on probably takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. When did you start competing and what was your first event? I competed when I was super little at the first barn I was ever at, in like a 4-jump course with all the jumps on the rail, and I just went around twice. So that's, I guess, my first competition. Diagonals and Leads asks, I was wondering what happened when Ralph injured himself. I know something happened, maybe it was during winter or something, I can't remember. And what did Ralph injure? His butt, his croup was 2 different heights, and so I was always wondering about that because his left is higher than his right, and so that makes his, it obviously works everything unevenly. And then so in the winter he came in really stiff one day, and he wasn't like working as well as he should be, and so I just decided to get the vet out and the chiropractor and just like to do a bunch of work on him. And I had some time off and just really then took steps back and started getting into dressage and like working everything evenly and stuff. So that is what happened. Do you plan on ever doing a meetup outside of Canada? Because I'd love to, ask Gabby Braun. I'm actually planning on going to Europe this summer for a couple weeks. I'll probably hit up England and Paris because England is where some of my family lives. So I'm definitely planning on doing some Tack shopping over there. So if any of you guys know some Tack stores you'd recommend near London and Cambridge and that type of area, please let me know. Maybe I can do a meetup with a couple of you. And Paris, I'm not too sure what the plan is with that yet, but that could be a possibility. What was Ralph's worst problem you've had to deal with? Asked Crystal Shine 77 Draws. Probably the fact that he used to like rear and stop and back up. I am Lord Voldemort asks, is there any horses that you used to ride that you miss? Yes, I used to ride this horse named Danny at my last barn, and he was so cute and I loved him. And he recently just got put down because of strangles, so rest in peace to him. I loved him. And yeah, I think that is all the questions I have time to answer and can handle doing today, so maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video, and I will be announcing the winner for the breeches giveaway very shortly, so keep an eye out for that, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye!